Hey there, hi, welcome to the channel. I am Garrett, and in this video, we're talking about some of the worst, the most hated home decor items that we need to let go of. But before we get into the video, I wanna give a huge thank you and a shout out to today's video sponsor, Nuzzie. The Nuzzie knit is unlike other weighted blankets that are just full of glass beads. This has an even weight distribution and is machine washable. One of the best parts about the Nuzzie knit is that each blanket is made from over 500 recycled plastic bottles. The Nuzzie knit is not only sustainable, but its open knit design means it's super comfortable and you don't get overheated. It comes in a number of gorgeous colors. I have the beige here, but I might also have another one on the way. There's obviously a color or two or three that are going to work in everyone's space. You can check out the link in the description box for 10% off your order, or you can use my personalized discount code, LeChic10. Now, the first decor item everyone hates and we need to let go of are the signs, the word art. I've said it before and I will say it again. I know where I am, I know what this space is, I know what I'm supposed to do here. I don't need a play-by-play of that, and the word art is giving us that. We can elevate a space by bringing in some actual art, something that will fill the space and be beautiful, that's not just telling us where we are or what to do. And a sign is not actually art. The next thing we all hate, we need to get rid of and let go of is the karate chop pillow. It's overly staged, it just doesn't feel comfortable. You know, I like that triple chop pillow, the top chop and the double side chop. It makes them look fluffy because what you're really doing is fluffing it. That way it's comfortable, it's not super staged, it looks natural, and it doesn't look contrived like the overly karate chop pillow does. Or if you don't want that, you don't have to do anything, but it is worth giving your pillow a little bit of a fluff just so it has a little bit of volume and doesn't look like it's freshly sat on. We need to talk about the wooden beads. We see them everywhere and they aren't serving a purpose outside of just being decor. I know a lot of people like them because they think they bring warmth or texture, character to a space, but there are easier ways to go about doing that in a way that's a little bit more useful. Look for a textured bowl or something outside of just a strand of beads that you are not using. I just think there are a lot of better things we could be using instead of just some wooden beads. Let's talk about my number one enemy when it comes to decor, and that is glitter. I talked about this in my tacky fall home decor video and what to avoid. Glitter is so bad. Not only does it just get everywhere and on everything, it's already like a microplastic that we do not need to be adding into anything. I understand a lot of us have glitter. I have pieces that have glitter, and I'm gonna keep them until I can no longer work with them and they're no longer useful to me, and then I'll move on from that. But please do not bring anything with glitter into your home. I know a lot of people out there will say, but it's just mica. But do we really need to be bringing glitter into our homes, whether it's just mica or not? Let's be real, no matter what it's made out of, it just gets everywhere. Something else everyone hates and we all agree on is mass-produced art. It's generic, it doesn't tell us anything about who you are. I'm all about let's support a smaller artist, someone that is just getting into the business, someone that's doing something different so we're not seeing the same thing everywhere we go. I don't believe that art is just a commodity, just like I don't think my subscribers are a commodity, which is why if you're not already a part of the LeChic family, you should take a moment and hit that subscribe button, turn the bell notification on to get notified every time I upload, and then let me know, share with me so that I can personally welcome you to the channel. The entire point is we don't want to have mass-produced art because it says nothing about who you are, and support a smaller artist because that says a lot more, it's a lot more personal. You know what else everyone hates and we need to get rid of are the cheap fake trees. Not everybody can have a real tree in their space, and I understand that. They won't grow everywhere, and we need to do right by the plants. They don't like me, so I don't bother with them. But if you're gonna get a fake tree, get one that looks real. Or do the research to see if you can have that real plant because it might not be as hard to take care of as you actually think it is. Every designer always says we do not like furniture sets, and I completely agree. I like shopping in pairs, get matching sofas, maybe a matching set of chairs, but do not get every single piece that matches or that coordinates together. Having pieces that are different, some vintage, some new pieces, gives a space so much more character that all of our homes can definitely benefit from. Undersized rugs are another thing we need to get rid of. Designers always tell you, and I completely agree, that your furniture needs to sit at least somewhat on the rug. And it's not just the coffee table. Get the legs of the sofa on there, get the feet of the bed on there, get a rug that's the appropriate size for your space, and it will actually make the space look bigger. At least 75% of the furniture, the weight of the furniture, should be on that rug. Unless you're a college student, we don't need to have futon sofas in the space. You could get a sleeper or a pull-out, that's fine, but a futon sofa is not elevating the home. A futon sofa can make a space look a little bit transient and not really curated. Another thing most of us don't like is actually fur and shag. There's so many reasons for this. One is it's very trendy and it gets out of trend very quickly. They're a little bit more high maintenance to take care of, like a shag carpet literally has to be raked. Absolutely not. I think there are so many other items that can add character and texture and warmth to a space outside of a furry pillow and a shag carpet. Bouclés and velvets are much better options and are so much lower maintenance. Unless you have kids, I don't recommend an ottoman coffee table because they're more difficult to set things down on. Like, it doesn't matter if you have kids or not. If you put a glass of wine on it, it's probably gonna spill. In my opinion, if you don't have the safety concerns of kids bumping into tables and hurting themselves, just get a table instead of an ottoman. They're more of a footrest than a table. And if that's what you need in your space, I say go for it. But let's just keep in mind, we probably shouldn't be setting drinks and things down on an ottoman. Giant clocks are really great if you wanna let your guests know what time it is so they can leave. And I recommend setting them an hour early so that they get to look at their watch and say, oh my goodness, it's so late, and head out. Giant clocks, they fill up a lot of space, but they're not always the best in terms of bringing character into that space. Large scale art or even tapestry are just more sophisticated options. Down sofas were a great trend, but they require fluffing or they look completely lumpy and wompy and everything. They can be comfortable unless all of the down shifts out from underneath you. It's not something I recommend. If you have it and you love it, I think that's great. If you have it and you don't love it, maybe you keep it or try and sell it. But I'm not personally the biggest fan of a down sofa because I like something that looks a little bit more polished and is a little bit lower maintenance. I was just at a store where I sat on one of these sofas and I tried to fluff it, and guess what? It still looked like I sat on it and it was messy. We need to talk about crystals, diamonds, and rhinestones because that decor is not giving us what we need. It's not giving us elevated, sophisticated design. It's giving us a little bit cheap, a little bit tacky. If you like that glam style, look at Hollywood Regency because it's very, very sophisticated, regal, and elegant. Something that a space that has a lot of the crystal, gaudy rhinestone situation happening could definitely use. I think avoid the crystals in tufted furniture and decor and accessories because we can just do something that's a little more elevated. I don't know anyone that loves backward books because they look like they came out of a staged model home by some builder who's trying to sell it to a generic audience because that's what it is. It looks generic. It doesn't have personality. There's nothing wrong with seeing the spine, the label, what book it is, even if it's a different color that doesn't go with your decor. That's the whole point. I like a book to be turned around where you can see what it is. And if you really don't like it, consider wrapping the books and writing your own labels. That's a much better way to get neutral decor that works within your space, but that doesn't just look like you don't read, or that doesn't show us who you are and your personality. Most of us know someone that has mobility issues or have children, which is why bar stools are not a good idea. They're difficult to get in and out of, and those kids will risk it all and jump. I don't love a bar stool because I would rather have my feet on the ground than kicking and dangling all around. Bar stools are very high, so look for counter height stools or consider providing an additional seating option that allows people to be on the ground and actually access that seat. We need to talk about fake marble because when things that are made of marble are not supposed to be made of marble, they don't look real, they look fake. I don't need marble pillows or drapes or cutlery, dishes. All of it is not supposed to be made out of marble, so it doesn't look real. Alternatives to marble can be great when they're used at a place you would see marble, like floors or a countertop or tiling in a shower. Those are places to look for marble and marble alternatives, but not on plates, dishes, pillows, bedding, comforters, all of it. We can leave it there because every single thing in our life does not have to be made out of marble, or it doesn't have to look like it's made out of marble at the very least. Cheap hardware is something we have to address because it is the jewelry of the space. You want hardware in the space to be elevated, to be interesting, because it's that little pop we all want to see. Beautiful knobs and cabinetry poles. I want to see a gorgeous drapery rod, something substantial that stands out and pops because it's an accent in the space. Look for really good hardware in your space. Look to upgrade those door handles, knobs, and don't forget the hinges as well. That can make a huge impact in a space and make a space that looks a little bit dated, a little bit older, actually look very sophisticated and very modern and very chic. Look for good hardware in your space because it will make a huge impact. Theme decor is something we can leave in the past. If you love coastal design, I don't need a sign that says beach. I don't need to see a fisherman's net or a little dolphin jumping out of something or on a picture, whatever. We can upgrade it. I don't need to see a pillow that says go jump in the lake, especially not if you don't live near a lake. Give us something that's more of a nod and a wink to a style or design you like. If you love that nautical design, look for some colors and some linen type fabrics that really emulate that style. Give us a little bit of a rope detail on a lamp or something interesting. That's a great way to get that nautical coastal feel, and you can do this with every style no matter what that is. We do not need to see a Tuscan grape themed wallpaper border in your house, okay? It's not giving us Tuscany, it's giving us wallpaper border. We can leave a theme in the past and do a nod at a specific style. Look for elements that are really great and it will make the space look so much more sophisticated and elevated. Something everyone hates and we all agree on in our homes and everyone else's homes and spaces in general is a mess and clutter for that matter. We don't want to see a ton of clutter because it fills the space, it distracts from everything that's going on. No one wants to see a mess, so put the space together and do the best you can to make organizing something natural for you. Not everyone's home is perfect at all times throughout the day, and that's okay, but try to control any mess you have in your space as best you can. Maybe that means getting on a schedule or working through something, adding more storage into the space, because a mess will make a space feel more stressful, feel more cluttered, feel full, and feel a little bit tired, and nobody wants that. Also, having a mess just makes it more difficult to take care of the space and keeping it feeling fresh. Get rid of the mess, clean it up, and do the best you can to organize that out of the space, and it will make your home so much more elevated, so much more beautiful and fresh, clean, and tidy looking and feeling, because everybody hates a mess. Well, there you have it, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I know that was a lot of information, but I don't want to waste your time, and you know I'm never going to bring you fluff. Now, if you hate something that I didn't mention in this video, be sure you share with me in the comment section down below. Give this video a like, and I know that you know someone that they have got every single one of these things that everyone hates in their house, and you don't want to be the one to tell them that they have it and everyone hates it because you probably already have. Share this video with them because friends help friends, and I will see you in the next one.